Hello everybody, my name is NA Prime and this is my very first Transformers review, and with it being my first review, I wanted to go take a chance to look at my favorite Transformer, Blitzwing from Transformers Animated. He is a triple chain Decepticon who can go from tank to jet to robot. So with that though, he has three personalities that go with that being an angry personality, then a crazy personality, and then lastly we have a strategist slash cold personality here. Um, First off, we're starting off in the jet mode, and I know what you're gonna say. We have some obvious tank treads right here. Very, very obvious for it being a triple changer, but I'm okay with it. Honestly, it doesn't hinder the figure in my opinion. Especially with the fact that this was made in 2008, so I imagine they didn't really have a way of engineering that out back in the day. But overall, it's alright in my opinion. We have some very durable, flexible wings up here that are probably never gonna snap. Honestly, they're really durable, good quality plastic from back then. Flipping around to the back, we have a backpack that tabs into the feet right there. And I have a very funny story. When I first got this guy, I didn't know that they tabbed in, like into the feet right there. So I had him looking around like this, and I was super disappointed and upset with it. Yeah. So with that, we have the cannons that are actually the thrusters in jet mode. They're capable of firing missiles. I'll show that off in a second. But yeah, those are the cannons that are in tank and robot mode. And I wish they could have put them like right here underneath the wings, because that's where they were in the TV show in jet mode. But it's okay. It's alright, I guess. So anyway, with those missiles, they can go out like this. Go a little pew pew action. I don't exactly know the practicality, but they also provide a cool afterburner effect, so you can have that displayed well with flame effects coming out of the thrusters. And then we got wheels on the bottom that can roll really good on stable ground, in my opinion. They're pinned in here at the bottom. They're sort of whatchamacallit. They're not really easy to roll with, but it's okay. And then we have a scratched up Decepticon signal on the front. I bought it secondhand, so yeah, I couldn't really do much about that. And I really like how they integrated the head of Blitzwing into the jet mode. That's his head right there. So I think it provided pretty good shaping to the fuselage there. And then flipping it to the back, we have some nice red painted detail that is accurate to the show. I'm really proud of that. I'm really happy with that. And then we also have some red painted detail right there, which is also pretty accurate to the show. I really like accuracy in my figures, so overall, despite the tank treads, I'm pretty happy with this figure, all things considered. It's a pretty solid jet mode, in my opinion. So then, with all that out of the way, let's get into some comparisons. So, to start off our comparisons, the first thing we got is Legacy United animated Bumblebee. So he scales pretty well in my opinion. Looks pretty nice next to this jet here. Being a tiny little car next to him, I imagine this looks pretty good. Yeah, I can definitely see this being realistic. And for our next comparison, we have 2010 animated Prowl. So he definitely is somewhat out of proportion, and fun fact, this is supposed to be a deluxe. So deluxes are smaller than this. This is a Voyager, this is a deluxe, which is one step below this. So it's funny that this is technically supposed to be smaller than this. But yeah, it's sort of out of proportion, but it's an alright figure right here, so it's okay for it. So for transformation, the first thing you want to do is take the nose cone right here and put it into the cockpit, and then put the entire cockpit underneath the jet, just like that. And then you're gonna want to flip these down. Oop, go back on there. You want to flip these down and put these in, and then sort of just detach it from the feet. Oh man, everything's breaking on me today, huh? So after you get that all good, you want to put these just below the hands right there. So kind of shimmy it below. This is honestly the hardest part in my opinion. I don't like doing that. There we go. Then next, you're gonna want to take the feet here and just put them into the treads. And then put those away. All done there. Then fold in these wings here. Put them down. Rotate these around. Oh, make sure to tab this into that. Ta-da! Rotate that one also around. Put these down and compress it down a little. And there is our tank. So with this tank mode, honestly, this tank is really compressed. I'm really happy with how everything kind of folds down into being this brick of a tank. It's really heavy, all things considered. The feet went into the tank treads here, and then we had the cockpit go down, and then the wings kind of compressed forward. So I'm really happy with how everything just kind of compresses for this mode. It's all around really solid and all good. So, first thing we're going to look at is how this turret is. So the turret is full 360. Turn it any way, which way you want, just like that. And then the cannons on this turret can be spin 360 all the way around as well. But honestly, I wouldn't recommend spinning them. They're perfectly fine just being straight up how they are, because when you have them down like this, it's kind of hard to shoot them in my opinion. So keeping them up is the right way to fire them. And then next we got the wheels pinned down here on the bottom. Roll really good in tank mode in my opinion. I don't know what the difference is between tank and jet mode. Maybe it's more compressed, but yeah, it rolls really good in this tank mode here. So compared to the TV show, it looks pretty accurate, faithful to the show. If I had to complain about one thing, I'd say that the tank barrels are a little too small in my opinion, but that's my only complaint with it. It's all around a pretty good tank. So for our first comparison, once again, Legacy United Animated Bumblebee, looking pretty good. Deluxe class, Voyager class, one step below, so looking pretty good compared to this Voyager class. Ooh, really nice, really good. And then once again, we have our animated Prowl, which is still wildly out of proportion, but it's all right. It's a good figure, and considering everything this figure does, it's all right in my opinion. But yeah, that's it for our comparisons, and let's get him turned into robot mode. So the first thing that you're gonna want to do is flip up these wings right here, and then put these out to the side. That, don't have to worry about these anymore. Then you're gonna want to pull down the legs here, open the tank treads, and pull out the feet, just like this. Come on, there we go. All right, that's good. Then you're gonna want to untab this turret here. Boop. Pull out the arms, just like that, and then lower them. Put these back. Pull the head out and around, and then tab the backpack in, just like that, and close that up. Get them looking all nice and spiffy. Raise up the camera a little bit. And there is our our Transformers animated Blitzwing. So overall, Blitzwing here, looking pretty cool, looking pretty good, very accurate to the show, I'd say. Here he is, ready to face off against some Autobots here. Here we have him posed up. He's pretty okay with poses in my opinion. He's not up to modern standards, sadly, but he poses pretty alright. Definitely could be better, such as today's figures with ankle pivots and such. So, gimmicks, we have the cannons firing, which we've shown off several times during this video. Just put them back in there real quick. And then next we have a face changing gimmick. I'm really happy to show this off. So typically you're supposed to spin it with that dial on the back of his head, but I can't get it, so I've just been moving him with my fingers. And it kind of makes me sad that the dial doesn't work, but here's the angry face. Here's the crazy face. Come on. Crazy face. And then lastly, again, we have the strategist slash Coldface here. So I'm really happy that they include it. Definitely couldn't have a Blitzwing figure without that face changing gimmick. For articulation, we got an up and down on the shoulders and full 360 all around there. And then next, we're going to go to the head. It can go all the way around, full 360. And then as for a neck, he doesn't really have one, unless you want to consider this a neck. That doesn't exactly look right though, so please don't do that. Next, we're going to go back to the arms here. The elbow can go spin all the way around, although honestly forward and side to side is the best option for displaying in my opinion, due to how the wing panel back there just kind of blocks it. And then we have an elbow bend, but that's mainly the one for transformation, and then we have a little bit of one that goes forward. I certainly wish we could have seen more elbow bend right there. And lastly, we don't have much except this wrist bend here at the hand. I'm really upset about that, but it was from 2008, so it's okay, I guess. Next, we have this wing, which can go up and down. You can get it into some really good poses with that wing, kind of get it out of the way. And then this panel here can go back and forth, which also helps with posing. Sadly, we do not have a waist swivel. I'm really disappointed to not see that, but it's alright. It's an old figure. Our legs can go up that much. Pretty alright, pretty good. And then they can go back this much. Can't go back all the way, sadly, but it's kind of limited. It's alright, though, I guess. And then next, we have a little knee bend right there. Can go way past 90. Back and forth, although mainly due to transformation couldn't do that. Really nice. And then we have our feet here, which go back and forward, but that's mainly also for transformation, so not gonna get much posing out of that. And yeah, that is Transformers Animated Blitzwing. Time for some comparisons. So once again, for our first comparison, Deluxe Bumblebee, which looks pretty good lined up next to him. Really, really large and intimidating, which is how it was probably shown in the show. So I'm pretty happy with how this came out. Pretty good comparison. Then we have Animated Prowl. Still out of proportion. Still a little bit too long, too lengthy, but it's okay. It's alright. And then for a fun comparison, I wanted to bring out I believe this guy is a Voyager. He's a Voyager. This is our Legacy United Optimus Prime from Transformers Animated, and you can definitely see a size difference between the two. Yeah, he only just about goes to his neck-ish, I'd say. Yeah. A little bit above, but yeah. He's definitely a bit shorter than Blitzwing here. Definitely not as tall, but he's close enough in my opinion. He stacks up pretty well next to him. So then, that is all for Anime Blitzwing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to come back for more. I'm really excited to show off my collection with you guys. And thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, please. And have a good day. Thank you so much.